So, Manchester City beat Manchester United in the Community Shield final on penalties. Um, yeah. Uh, Obviously, we know that it's a dinner plate. It's a charity game. It's a friendly. We do all know that. Oh, I don't need to state the obvious, okay? I don't need to state the obvious things. We know that in this type of game, it's the result that comes second and the performance that comes first in a friendly game. Um, but you'd still like to win, and we should have won. We should have won in 90 minutes based off the performance, yes, but not even that. When you go 1-0 up late on, what minute did Garnacho score? I didn't even check because obviously I was at the game. Man United. Yeah, he scored in the 82nd minute. And funny enough, actually, some fella sat next to me, and he goes for the game. So what do you reckon then? I've been saying 2-1 for about last week, but I changed. I said I reckon 1-1 United win on penalties, and that's what actually should have happened. We should have won on penalties. We didn't, and we actually should have won in that full time. But even when it was like 80 minutes gone, I said I still had a feeling that both teams would score. I still had this weird feeling. Like if we scored, I reckon if we had scored first, I reckon and we did. I had a feeling. I knew the City were going to go on and score. It's just us. I mean, we haven't learned anything from last season when it looks like when it comes to when we score and we just seem to concede straight after. I mean, that happened how many times last season? That's something that needs to be addressed. We need to realise why we're doing that. Maybe it is the players on the pitch mentality. Maybe they get complacent. Or maybe we need a few more players on the pitch that can play with the ball and keep it and sustain pressure when they get impressed. When a team's chasing us and we have 3, 4, 5 players on the pitch that you can give the ball to in difficult scenarios, and they take out the press resistant players. Maybe that's what we need. Maybe we need more of them to ease it out, if you want to say. Ultimately, we're going to dive into the performance. Yeah, we'll even talk about City as well. Obviously, both teams didn't play their strongest 11s. Actually, I'm going to get up who was in our starting 11. Who was in City's starting 11? Sorry, because I don't actually know one of the geezers' names. I don't want to. Oh, I want me fucking click on him. O'Reilly. I don't know his first name. Midfield, and obviously that Makati geezer. Yeah, he's been hyped up a bit by City fans for a few years in the academy. Apparently, he was rated higher than Palmer. I could be wrong, or Foden. I don't know. I think it was Palmer because he must be way younger than Foden. Yeah, all today, mate. That was fucking awful. What the fuck was that? Same with that O'Reilly geezer. I do know that these players are not going to play much. I do know that. I'm just saying what my opinion was on them when I was watching Makati. However, I'm going to get onto one player and I'm going to write a formal apology to this football player. Jeremy Doku, I was not familiar with your game, mate. I was not familiar with your game. I've been very critical of Doku since he joined C. I don't think he's that good. But he actually looks good. Today he looked good. He looks like one thing he looks like he can do. He does a little shimmy on the ball. And he can buy with that shimmy, he can, because he's so electric as well, he can buy himself a yard to get a shot away so easily. Once he gets his shooting intact, he could be dangerous. That's 10, 12, 15 goals a season just off that. That is potentially a top winger in the making. And I didn't expect that from him because last season I didn't think he was that good, but he actually is. I was not familiar with his game, and he was cooking Dallo at times. I think he nutmegged him one point. I need to watch the highlights back. I'm sure I can't. I'm pretty sure he nutmegged Dallo. I don't, and I think he created a chance from it. I could be wrong. Maybe that's something else I'm thinking of. But yeah, him and Oscar Bob, by the way, we all knew about Oscar Bob. We've known about Oscar Bob for the last 2-3 years. Oscar Bob is a very elite technician. My problem with Oscar Bob is the play style. He was so technical. He was almost like he was too technical. It was almost like he played like you could put him in a 5-a-side elite team and he'd be so good. But it was like translating that into being elite in 11-a-side and Pep, and there's not another manager in the world better for that than Pep. And I imagine Pep's, I had him for a few years now. Pep this season, giving him game time. I think Oscar Bob this season is going to have a decent season. He is a very good player. he was dangerous when he was doing a little move, man. That's what I love from players, especially wingers like Ahmad. The little moves they do, and they just buy himself a yard. They open up space. They just beat their man comfortably. They create stuff. They're problem solvers. Buzzword. They've got it, man. These type of players. These are my favourite players. Anyways, enough of talking about City. We will move on. We're gonna get on to United. Onana in goal. For the goal, I haven't watched it back, but it does look like Wisey on the other side of the goal for the header. But yeah, he didn't have to do anything, so I'll give him a 6. But the one time he did have to do something, he conceded. So yeah, and he did save a penalty as well. But then didn't save any after that. So I guess you could say that, yeah. But I'll give him a 6. Dalot, right back, and then he went on to left back in like the 50th, 60th minute. I mean, I'll give him a 6. I mean, he did get cooked a few times by Doku, but he also did deal with Doku a few times. As well as at left back, he done quite well when he went left back, when he was up against Oscar Bob and Rico Lewis and whoever else was on that right hand side. Yeah, I'll give him a 6. Standard performance. Maguire, I'll give Maguire. I think Maguire was good. I'll give Maguire a 7. I thought Maguire was actually good today. I thought he dealt with Haaland quite well. Dealt with outside traffic, like late runs into the box, and then number 10s trying to, you know what I mean? Like he dealt with what he had to do. Dealt in his zone. His passing wasn't great. That's one thing I do want to actually talk about. The first 20 minutes, I thought we were poor in the overall performance. Well, we'll talk about the overall performance soon, but I thought we were poor in the first 20 minutes, and I was like, we was keeping the ball at times in the first 20 minutes, but it was like we were just passing it around the back. It was no intent to go forward. There was a few times where a centre back or a goalkeeper or someone from deep could just ping the ball over the top onto Ahmad or onto Rashford, and they just didn't. Maybe that was the instruction from the manager. I don't know. But yeah. I'll give Maguire a 7. Johnny Evans obviously missed the penalty, but in terms of performance, I'll give him a 6.5. I don't think he was played badly. I don't think he was great. I don't think he was as good as Maguire. I think he was the worst of the two, but he missed the penalty. But overall performance, sorry, I'll give him a 6.5. Leandro the Butcher, yeah, done quite well actually. I'll give him a 7. When he went at the centre back, done quite well. At left back, done quite well. It was just a decent performance from him. We need him fit for this season because he probably is our best centre back. Although we know we have just signed De Ligt, which was I didn't expect us to do it today because I didn't expect us to do it on a day of a match day. But it literally, I'm sitting in Wembley on my phone on Twitter and I just see this new journalist I've started following. I don't follow any others, but I follow this journalist. He's like some German journalist, like Florian or something. I don't know. Quite high up. I've seen him get a few things right, especially when it comes to Bayern Munich. And yeah, he just says Man United have signed De Ligt or something like that. I don't know. I retweeted it, and obviously I looked and saw Mazraoui as well. So 51 million we got them both for. Welcome to the squad. We're doing a video on that soon. But we're talking about match reactions. But yeah, welcome to the squad. Finally, we got 2 more deals done. I did expect us to get these two deals done before the start of the window, start of the season, the Premier League season, and we actually did. So fair enough. I think that I actually started to lose hope and thought maybe they'll do it a few days before, but they've done it a whole week before. So yeah, maybe they'll be in the squad for the opening match day. I don't know. We'll see. Anyways, moving on. Casemiro. Now Casemiro's got a bit of a split opinion. I didn't think Casemiro played amazing. I'm a big fan of Casemiro, but I didn't look, as you can fucking see. Look, I'm a big fan of Casemiro, but I didn't think he played amazing. But I didn't think he was bad. Of course, I think I give him a 7. I thought he was good. But I know Casemiro, and Casemiro can go up more levels, in my opinion. But a lot of people thought he was best player on the pitch, which is understandable. He was good. He wasn't bad. He wasn't. I just don't think he was amazing. I thought he was just decent. I thought it was just a solid performance for Casemiro. And that's more we want to see from everyone. Write him off after one bad season, whilst they're still out here sucking off players that have been here 10 years. Luke Shaw, Rashford, and sorry, and they all get other chances. Yet Casemiro has a bad season, and he's washed, and we should send him to Saudi and all this bollocks. I know it's crazy, isn't it? Mainu as well. I'll give Mainu a 6. I thought he was all right. Didn't really do much, did he? Yeah. Yeah, it was just all right. Just a bog standard Bosch performance. He was obviously getting his match sharpness in. He only played like 50, 60 minutes because he's barely been training. He's only just returned with the squad. But yeah, good little. Well, I say good. It was decent. He was just decent. Give him a 6. Moving on to Ahmad. No, we'll move on to fucking Money Mace in a minute. This geezer is trash. Never try this Bruno up front and Mount in the 10. Never try it again, please. Mount is shit. I'd rather Sancho in the 10. Mount is awful. What is he good at? He's got no first touch. He can't control the ball. He can't score goals. He can't create. He hasn't got an eye for a pass. He can't dribble. He can't carry the ball. Like, he's only a high intensity run around merchant. He's not good at all. He's genuinely not good. Stop trying to fucking lie to people and try and be seen as a top red. He's not good, man. Mount has been a failure of a signing. We gave him the number 7 shirt. The number 7 shirt. Yeah? He might be the worst number 7 we've had at the club. And that's saying something over the last, since Ronaldo left. Because we've had some stinkers. But he's been awful, bruv. Like, he's actually been awful. And that was an awful performance from him. Absolute stinker. Moving on to Ahmad, though. Had a quiet first 30 minutes. Then as soon as he gets the ball in a dangerous area, twice in that first half, towards the end of it, gets the ball in a dangerous area twice. Should have had an assist if Mount knew how to do his job and make a run, but he didn't. And Ahmad, people were looking at it and go, Ahmad should have shot. No, Ahmad done the right decision. Ahmad sent the whole defence and the whole goalkeeper to the point where City defenders stood still. And the goalkeeper didn't expect them to pass. So the goalkeeper's like, what the fuck? And if Mount made a run, Mount's in there, it's 1-0. Straight up. But, do you know what I mean? Mount's just trash, man. Ahmad's IQ level. Ahmad will definitely have a good season. I saw a tweet, someone said, when Ahmad realises he's much better than all these players and starts shooting and stuff like that, he's gonna explode. And I do agree with him. Once he starts, if that scenario, he does what he probably, you say he should have done. He done the right thing. He done an intelligent thing, right? It's just Mount is on that wavelength to make that run. Mount makes a simple run. It's a 1-0. Like, anyone could score that because the whole defence and the goalkeeper have just stood still because they just thought Ahmad will shoot. But he doesn't, and he completely sends them all. But Mount, nah. Not on the same wavelength as Ahmad. Much clearer in terms of the IQ levels. Yeah, Ahmad, I give us 7. Decent performance. He's going to have a great season. I've got no doubt of that. That is a top player in the making. He's going to be one of the best right wingers in the Premier League this season. Yeah, honestly, unreal. Now, bringing in Marcus Rashford. I mean, it was just a stinky performance. I mean, it's his 10th. What's his 10th year now? Maybe his 9th. It's just like, how does his fanboys? I mean, you got to respect it at some point. The delusion, the attachment they've got to him. They're going to be in for a rude awakening though this season when they realise this geezer is not good. He's not good. He's not good at all. He should have scored twice. And every time he got the ball, he fucked up our attacks. I said that to the geezer next to me. Every time he's got the ball, I swear down, I've seen Rashford get the ball. He's fucked up the attack. He played 2 decent passes, knuckleball passes, a bit similar to the ones he played in the FA Cup final. Seems like he only really plays it he must play like that. Must only do them passes at Wembley because the pitch is massive or something. I don't know. He just powers it. It's decent passes. Other than them 2 decent passes, he played awful. Nothing else to say. Absolute shocking performance. Should have had 2 goals. I mean, the first one, the one where people say he should open his body, I do get that as a difficult chance, a difficult angle. But a player that everyone hypes up, you would expect to at least get that on target. Do you know what I mean? And that second one was just an awful. The one where it hit the post. I mean, everyone's blaming it. Oh, the ball was bobbling. The ball was bobbling. If he's that good and he can't score a goal 1-on-1 when the ball's bobbling, I mean, I don't know what you want me to say. It's also not like as if he put it in the keeper's path and the keeper saved it. He's hit the post. He's got it's. It's like it's mate. Honestly, this geezer. It's unbelievable how his fans still suck him off. Yeah, unbelievable. Uh, he's trashed. They're in for a rude awakening this season when they see this. What they've seen what we all seen for the past 4 5 years or whatever. Bruno, he was all right. I give him a 7.5. Thought he was all right. I give Rashford a 5 for them. And Mount, I didn't very much. I give Mount a 4 and Rashford a 5. Forgot to rate them. And Bruno, I give a 7.5. He was all right. Was good, decent. Made some good passes. It wasn't amazing. His goal was a good finish. But then he had obviously it was offside, so I say his goal, but it was offside. Then he had a sort of semi one-on-one, and he just fucked it because he doesn't have pace. I guess if he had a bit more pace, he probably would have got closer to the goal. So I do get that, but yeah, he probably should have scored that. If I think he probably would tell himself he should have scored that, but yeah, overall, it was an all right performance from the boys. Disappointing to lose on penalties. And yeah, I'd say I'd say I'm quite pleased with the performance. I wasn't pleased with the first 20 minutes. There were periods in the game where City did dominate us, but that's expected. They're a much more well coached side than us, with better players than us. Yes, their midfield was quite weak today, but they're still a much better team than us. Um, and yeah, overall I thought we played half decent. I thought we moved the ball well at times. I thought Ahmad impressed me. The way he's just dangerous. He can just blitz a man, create something out of nothing. Um, yeah, it'd be interesting to see what it's like when you get an actual number 9 in Xerxes or something like that in there. Put Xerxes in there, Bruno back in the 10 or the attacking midfielder position, and then maybe put another centre back next to Martinez, and then you have Shaw at left back, or you have Dallo at left back, Mazzaro right back. It'd be interesting to see once the new signings get put in how we are and how the team gels and how we play. Yeah. But anyways, thanks for watching. Please subscribe. Please do subscribe. We've now hit 100 subscribers, so please, we're now on the road to 200. So cheers. Cheers for watching. Stay blessed, everyone. Thanks.